Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. Here is something very interesting here coming from Red Cape News. This is a video that they uploaded just now.
Forward it on and actually use it.
Let me see what I can do. Hold on one sec.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to send you over to, because I'm pretty sure that when it does get released, it'll be as such. So, hold on.
Now, the interesting part about that, it doesn't reveal much, and we are thinking it actually refers to the Justice League Snyder Cut, as Red Cape News have been saying on their little Twitter feed. But we have to listen to her. I mean, the operator is saying here when it does get released. Now, we could only assume that she is referring to the Snyder Cut on when it gets released, not if it gets released, and she already knows what we are talking about, as there have been multiple calls going to this operator at Warner Brothers, and we also assume it's the operator at Warner Brothers, as she does sound the same as in all the other videos recorded of the operator beforehand. Now, when it does get released, that is an interesting thing to say. And are we taking her the way she's saying that out of context? Are we taking it out of just at a level where we're understanding it too much? We're actually delving in too much. Does it mean that the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League will get released, and when it will get released, and as opposed to if it will get released? Because what if, seeing as all the representation we have, seeing as all the audience members and the people are actually demanding this Snyder cut of Justice League, that she has kind of convinced herself that it will eventually get released, that it has to get released because of all these calls, because of this demand. As a company, when there's something demand, they should be able to reciprocate the demand and actually give the product that consumers want. Is she convinced, or does she actually know that it gets released? Now, this video is not clear. It has been cut down. We are not exactly sure what Red Cape News has asked, what they are asking to forward, and who they are forwarding it to. So, and what what does she means as such? Such what? As such meaning and how it gets released, or what version gets released, what it's called. That part is unclear, and Red Cape News has not responded on what that actually means. And perhaps they're gonna show another video the day after, but who knows? Right now, it is interesting, to say the least, that if this is the same Warner Brothers operator, that she does say when it does get released, and as such. We don't know the details for that. We assume she means the Snyder Cut, and we hope that she does know what's actually going on. Perhaps there is a memo that there is an eventual release later down in the timeline, later on in the calendar, and she cannot talk about when or that it's coming out. But the fact that she says when as opposed to if is something to be thought about, something to be talking about. Whether or not she knows anything at all, that is something to be considered as well. But at least for people who are losing hope, maybe we can actually gain some hope for this. But like I said, the fight's not really over. We still have a long way to go, I believe, or we shouldn't take these rumors, take these videos as a 100% factual, 100% thing that is coming out, 100% fact, but we should take it as maybe being hopeful. If it keeps you being hopeful, that's great, but we have to keep our energy up with all the campaigns that we are doing now, including the GoFundMe to the Release the Snyder campaign over at the San Diego Comic-Con. There's a video compilation that's going around, being released around by RT at RT Snyder Cut, and they were able to compile all the video tweets, all the video that where we've done all over around the world. Everybody, it's like a huge diverse men, women of different colors, and we all demanding, telling Warner Brothers who we are, telling Warner Brothers where we're from, and that we want Warner Brothers to release the Snyder Cut. It's an incredible emotional video. It's 24 minutes of goodness with an incredible surprise at the end, and it's something that is when I saw that ending, I kind of got a little choked up because it's been someone who's been with us forever, and I'm so glad to see that certain person being a part of this movement, lending the voice to the movement once again. And go and check it out, please. At this moment, go down to my description below and check that out. Another thing that's came out is Mick D, who has done a survey about the Snyder Cut, a theatrical release. There's this survey going around, and I put that in the description below, but he also translated for Chinese audiences, and so please go ahead and check that one out, as well as also including the GoFundMe, Release the Snyder Cut at San Diego Comic-Con. We have reached a level of over $4,000, a little less than $2,000 more, then we'll be able to get that billboard up on that highway on entering into the San Diego Comic-Con. So that is the next level. Then there's another level after that, once we reach that one, as we get into very closer to July, which is where the San Diego Comic-Con date will be held. So until then, continue to support the Release the Snyder Cut. I'm gonna continue to talk about anything new, possibly any hopeful news in terms of the Snyder Cut on these little Release the Snyder Cut tidbits on my Ping Pong Flick show, and then I'll reserve big news and compile together on my Ping Pong Flick show, which is the actual shows, longer shows that are on my channel. But until then, I'm going to throw out these little tidbits and hope you enjoy it with this new intro and outro, trying to not confuse you with the actual Ping Pong Flick show. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.